Welcome, beer brethren, to another issue of the Memphis Beer Drinkers Brewer Series. I'm here with Admin Frank.
And Memphis Beer Drinkers Universe, President Frank here, and we are here at Memphis Made Brewery for our brewery series. This afternoon, Andy Ashby is going to be telling us some wonderful stories about this wonderful establishment. So come on down, enjoy a pint or two, and learn about the history of Memphis Made Brewery. Shall you? Cheers. So I like to keep things kind of short, I guess. Yeah.
You do whatever you feel comfortable with. That's why we're here to listen to you and whatever you want to tell us. All right. Well, cool. I got something I want to talk about. Awesome. The Cooper Young Beer Fest. So I'm not just going to promote like Memphis Made, but this is actually, I would argue, the best beer fest in the city. And I was the original chairman that started it 15 years ago before we started the brewery. So before we got into the beer business, we were in the beer festival business. And it's kind of embodies a lot of what I think about craft beer and what I believe in with craft beer. Because we had a couple of principles. Basically, I'd go to these beer festivals. I went to one that was at a ballpark I will not name. And I remember I was writing for Southern Brew News. And I got in this festival, and there was a brewery in East Tennessee, Jonesboro, Tennessee, called Depot Street Brewing. And it was the oldest city in Tennessee, right on the border. And I sent them emails, and they were kind enough to respond about it. And I was really excited about this brewery, still in existence. I got to visit there. But I went to this place, and down the third base line, I walked, and there was Depot Street Brewing. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is Depot Street Brewing. And I walk up to this nice lady, and I'm like, hey, what do you have from Depot Street Brewing? Tell me all about it. And she literally pushed the six-pack holder to me and was like, that's kind of what I know. And there really wasn't any beer education, and especially in those dark days it's basically Ghost River at the time, and they weren't doing brewery tours. So people would complain about beer in Memphis, but they wouldn't nobody's doing anything to educate people about beer. And the beer festivals were just kind of populated with like old beer and, stuff. And you'd have representatives who didn't recognize anything about the beer. So when we started the Cooper Young Beer Fest, it's primarily, I think it is the only not-for-profit beer festival in the city. So 100% of the money goes to the Cooper Young Community Association. It was started as a fundraiser for the neighborhood association when they had an art thing at the Young Avenue Deli, and that kind of had ran its course, and they were looking for a fundraiser. And so now I think it's their second biggest one after the 4 Miler. And so that was one principle. It had to be 100% fundraiser. And then two, we limited the number of breweries, so you wouldn't be standing in line all the time, because it's like, a lot of beer festivals feel like you're either in this long ass line waiting to get the beer, or it's not enjoyable. And so we wanted shorter and not get greedy and try to pad our pockets, but like to actually have interactions. And another way we did that is we require each of the breweries to send somebody from the brewery. So a lot of times you go, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with the 3-tiered system, but brewery sells to a distributor sells to a bar. So like you go to some of these festivals and it's just distributors or volunteers who really don't know a lot. They might be well-meaning, really cool, but you're not getting any interaction. So like we require them. And I remember one time we got a call from Sierra Nevada. This was before they opened in North Carolina. And they go, hey, we're Sierra Nevada. We'd like to come to your festival. And we're like, okay, cool. Can you send a rep? Well, we're headquartered in Chico, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Can you send her out? And we turned them down. And they're a great brewery, but you just don't need more like, people who don't know. You wanted actual interaction. So that's something we do. And then also we this little nugget I like, we give each brewery a option of having their own ABC certified volunteer. So like their man in Amsterdam kind of thing. So basically if I've been there, I've like loaded up kegs, driven to like Knoxville. You're in a hurry, you're fish out of water, and then you're expected to go to this festival for 4 hours, or maybe if it's a double festival, like 8 hours, and be like fun and charming and pithy while you're pouring the beer and talking. So we offer them a volunteer, and also it kind of allows people to kind of get more educated in here. So like Erica, who's our head of production, she used to volunteer for Yazoo every year, and they know her, and they have actual interactions. But it also frees, she can pour the beer, and then the rep or the owner or the brewer can talk to people, which is what you really want to happen. So, yeah, that's kind of really, and then we also really try to take care of the brewers. Like we have a Friday night dinner. We offer them food at the festival for free. We give them an after party with food. We give them hotels Friday and Saturday if they want it. This is not the norm. Like I've been to beer festivals where I've driven to like Northwest Arkansas or Asheville, and I'm like paying for my own lunch. I'm driving like 12 hours or 8 hours, and you're still like, it's just, there's no like, hey, we're really happy you're here. Now pay for your own food, pay for your own hotel, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, yeah, y'all know Memphis Made. We started in 2013. All I can say about that, we're still alive. Keep buying our beer. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, I just like to highlight the Cooper Young Beer Fest. Tell your friends, word of mouth always helps. So that's all I really got to say about that. Unless you have any questions about Memphis.
What's your favorite Memphis Made beer?
Memphis Made Brewing Company beer?
What's your favorite? Yeah.
The We Brew?
Yeah,
okay.
We Brew.
I would have to say Andy's Mint. So it is a milk chocolate stout we do that has mint flavor in it. And it's more of a personal thing because I'm Andy, obviously. And my Aunt Inga used to buy me, when I was a kid, she'd buy me these Andes Mint, Andes.
Yeah.
The mountains. Yes, with the green and the little peppermint. And when I was a kid, I thought that was the best thing ever. And their Aunt Inga would buy me those every year, and I thought they were fantastic. And so I kind of had told them around the Christmas time, and they brewed a milk chocolate stout with mint flavor, and it's a good one. So I mean, it's not probably maybe our favorite I've ever had of our beers, but I would just say that because it's got a little bit of a personal connection, and it's a good tasty beer for the Christmas season. So, any other questions? All right.
Andy is Rockbone coming back in the Thanks, Andy.
There's Rockbone.
Keep recording. I still love that beer. How did you and Drew get together and decide to do Memphis Made Brew?
Well, Drew was brewing at French Broad Brewing Company in Asheville, North Carolina at the time. And he was looking to move back to Memphis to be with his family and all that. And he called me, and I was working at the Memphis Business Journal, and said, hey, do you want to start a brewery? And I was kind of like, yeah, man, that sounds like a good idea. So just kind of jumped in. At the time, again, there was only Ghost River was in existence. And we just saw the opportunity where we thought there was definitely room in Memphis for it, but the right people, or people with money rather, weren't spending it, and they didn't see the vision. They were all Bud Miller Coors drinkers. But we saw, just what was happening in Nashville or other parts of the world. So yeah, we opened in October 2013. We were the fourth brewery. So Ghost River has long existed with Bosco, roughly the same company.
Wiseacre High Cotton.
Wiseacre High Cotton, us. And so now we're up to, I think, 13 breweries in Shelby County. So yeah, so it's been fun.
It's come along quite, but you were one of the first.
Yeah, we were fourth in Tennessee, fourth in Memphis area. Yeah, so. That's right.
And for anyone who doesn't know, why don't you let our audience know hours of operation, days that you're open, and any current events other than, of course, the Free Art Festival that you have here on site here. I know you do a lot of events here.
Yeah, we do. We got we're doing a joint Oktoberfest with Teddy at Flyway. We got a fest beer for that, October 11th. I will be out of town, but I'm looking forward to it. Teddy originally wanted to call it 2 breweries, 1 stein. I thought that was distasteful.
Maybe burn it all night long.
And I was like, that's not going to work, Teddy. And but that should be fun. Yeah, and then let's see here. We do tours every second and fourth Saturday, 1 o'clock. I had one earlier today. It's $10. You get a pint glass at a pint. You know, it's pretty low key. And again, it's just talking about holistically like Memphis beer history, other breweries, our beer. I'm not like Memphis Made wasn't really formed just to talk about us. We like to try to raise the whole beer scene. Again, that's why like with Cooper Young Beer Fest, I commit a lot of time during the year. Don't see a dime for it, but it generally raises beer awareness in Memphis. So
Awesome.
Eddie is the face of Memphis.
I try.
And
So.
if they want to see that face, you're here most of the time, right?
I'm not here a lot after hours
Oh, not
because I work so much during the other time. But
Well, during hours, what are the hours?
oh yeah, it's Wednesday through Sunday. Typically, 4 to 10, and then 1 to 10 on Saturday, and 1 to 7 on Sunday. We got some different stuff. We like to be like a little bit of a clubhouse. We have like comedy tonight, and then we have like line dancing on Sundays, and we have like an anime thing coming up in a couple of months. We have a book club this Sunday. I mean, we do a lot of like stuff like that. So we had the Whipple Stock thing the other day. Yeah.
All right, beer brothers. It's been another wonderful brewer series, this time at Memphis Made Brewing. Excellent time was had by all. We hope you join us for the next one.
Yes, the next one is coming up November 15th at Crosstown. And we'll get the same great information as we did today. Andy Ashby, he gave us some great information today. Wonderful stuff about the next Brew Fest, which is coming up, Cooper Young.
Hope to see you there.
Definitely come see, because of course, some of the Memphis Beer Drinkers staff is going to be guest brews pouring at that event. So you don't want to miss that one. But of course, our next event that we are hosting, November 15th, Crosstown Brewer Series. Be there, enjoy some beer, enjoy some company. Shall you? Cheers.